Hi, I'm Scarlett G, and you're listening to Smash FM. My new song, Texas Lights, is out now. Make sure you go have a listen and follow me on socials, which is Scarlett G Music.
Welcome everyone here to the Smash Evening Show right here on Smash FM here on a Tuesday. Of course, let's turn our attention to music in particular because it is great to have this music artist on the show. Of course, her song Texas Lights is on right now, and of course, her name is Scarlett G. She joins us right now to tell us a bit about it. Thanks, Scarlett, for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
No worries. Well, firstly, congratulations on the release of Texas Lights. Um,
Thank you so much. It was so fun to record, and I'm so excited it's released now.
how's the reactions been like to the song?
Yeah, super positive actually, which is great. I was a little nervous to release it if I'm being honest, because I haven't really stepped foot in the country world that much yet. So getting a positive reaction has been really awesome. So yeah, happy about that.
How long has it been released for now since you released the song?
Since last Friday, so it's only been 4 days.
Now, am I assuming that you've already performed this song already in this
I
past?
haven't I haven't performed it live, no. It's all just been my record that I did. But yeah, there's plans for live shows later on down the track, which will be awesome.
Any that you want to announce now?
Not yet, not yet, but I will announce eventually.
I don't want to give the song away, what it's about. Obviously, I want people to listen to it and
Yeah.
think for themselves. But tell us when did this song kind of came to your head and we're going to writing it? And then the second part, what is it about?
So it is about a night that I spent in Texas earlier this year. And I met this guy and he took me dancing at a honky tonk. And I was like, this is awesome. I've never been to a honky tonk before. We're like line dancing. It was so cool. And then I got back home to Australia and I was like, all right, I've got to write a song about this. So then literally like probably 2 weeks after I got home, this was in January. I got home like middle, like sort of February. And then I was like, okay, I've got to write this song. It's so cool. And then I took it to my producer and we started writing.
Now, you mentioned that obviously this song is about obviously when you're over in Texas, in the deep south of the US, which I don't know well, been over there myself before. When you were over in Texas, were you, I guess, thought okay, it just popped into your head that it's gonna you're gonna write about it, or did it take a couple of days
It
time?
it took a little bit of time. I obviously had that night in Texas and then I was just like, this is a super cool memory. And then once I got home, it was like, oh no, like it just started like I started telling people about the story and then I realized like, wait, I should make this into a song. Like this is really cool. And then from there it started like coming together and everything. So yeah, it took a little bit, which was cool.
Have you had any feedback from? I'm assuming it went across to the US, and obviously you've had some US listeners or fans.
Yeah, so I've had a few US listeners and fans, which is really cool. And I've got some press from over there as well, so some different articles and stuff like that, which has been super cool. But my management's all based in LA, so it's been awesome to have them sending it around and sharing it around in a US space as well, which is really cool.
Is that something you want to do, like to bring more music over in the US, like especially?
Um, I love the Australian country scene. I think it's really unique. So I sort of want to like take my experiences that I have had in the US and sort of bring them to the country scene in Australia and just like do like best of both worlds, I think.
Now, let's talk a bit about your music journey. Where did it all start? Where did the love come from, and what does it mean now?
I started singing when I was about 8 years old. I started having lessons at 8 years old. I was probably a bit younger when I actually started singing. But then I just loved it. I've always loved performing. I've danced my whole life. I've done musical theatre. Um, so I've just always loved being on stage. And then when I was 14, I did this online audition thing. And then I met my now manager through that, and he picked me up, started mentoring me on the industry. I kept telling him that I wanted to release music, and then he's like, "Well, go home and do it." So then that night I went home and I wrote a song and then took it to him the next day. And then yeah, we just it's only been upwards from there, just building slowly and steady. It's like it's definitely a marathon, this industry, not so much a race. Which is super cool. And now it's just I'm sitting in a really good spot at the moment. I've just signed not officially signed, but started working with a new management team as well, which is really awesome, and they are amazing. Alongside my old management team, they've come along for the journey as well. And yeah, now it's just music has just always been such a space to just express and have fun and explore like different opportunities. So it's just such a safe space for me, and I love to be able to share that connection that I have with other people as well.
What's the most rewarding part of music? Is it songwriting or performing?
Oh, honestly, it has to be both. Like, I don't think I could pick. I love performing. Performing is amazing, and being in front of a crowd and listening to them, like, just have fun and watching it is just like, that's like the most incredible feeling ever. But then actually being in a studio and writing and like allowing yourself to like deeply connect to songs and everything like that and really like work through a song. Because like, Texas Lights took a while to write. We wrote it over a few weeks because we would like write a chunk and then we would leave it and then we'd come back to it a week later. So we could like come back, be fresh, and then sort that all out. So I think they're both really rewarding, but in different ways.
Do you have any long and short term goals in music?
Yeah, so long term, my end goals is I want to perform in stadiums. That's always I've always said it. I want to be able to perform in front of as many people as I possibly can, as many people we can put into a stadium, share my music with everyone who is willing to listen. And then short-term goals, I'm trying to get onto some festivals and stuff later this year and next year coming up as well, around my local area and up in Queensland and stuff like that in the country scene. So those are, yeah, just milestones to hopefully get to my goal of the stadiums eventually, which will be really cool.
Talking about stadiums, is there one particular arena that you love to perform?
Oh, honestly, I couldn't tell you. I would love to do just any of them. I think that every single one would just fill me with such joy. There's nothing that stands out over another. I think even if it was a stadium in the middle of nowhere, I'd be like, this is awesome because I'm still got my people in front of me and people who want to listen. And I think that's more important than the actual stadium themselves. So that's, yeah, I think anywhere I would just be like over the moon.
Mention about um, obviously with your songs as well. I'm assuming it's basically country. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yeah, it's heading into the country scene for sure. Absolutely.
So why have you decided to go more the country way more than what was your genre prior to that?
So I was doing like ballad pop music, and that was really fun, and I did enjoy it for the most part. And then I was over in the States earlier this year. Before I was in Texas, I was in LA, and I was writing, and I was really writing like some proper pop music, like really heavy pop music. And I got out of a session and I was like, that was a really cool song we wrote, but it didn't really fit with me. And then I just like sort of had this like whole crisis of like, what am I doing in the pop? Like that doesn't make sense. I've grown up on land, I've grown up in the country. I only listen to country music. I wear cowgirl boots every day of my life. Um, so it just made so much more sense for me now stepping into the country scene. It just is like a breath of fresh air, really, and it's just taking me back to like my roots of the country. Um, so yeah, that's why I've stepped into it.
And I'm assuming being a country girl and listening to country music, I'm assuming you've been to Tamworth.
I actually haven't, which
Oh,
is, yeah, I know. Everyone says that. And then I'm like, I actually haven't been yet. But my plan is to hopefully be there this time round. So the next time it's the music festival's on there, I'll be making an appearance, which will be fun.
that's good. And is that something like not just be there to be part of it? I'm assuming I know they do this talent thing as well, this young talent as part of the festival. Is that something you're hoping to go into this next year?
Yeah, I think so. I think that could be really fun, and I think it would be a really great way to just make more connections in the industry because it really is. It's like who you know. It's connecting to as many people as you can. So I think that that will be a really awesome opportunity later this year to be a part of and get amongst.
Is there a particular music artist that you look up to inspire?
I love Lainey Wilson. I think she's so cool. I listen to her music quite a lot, and I just think I watched her perform actually when I was in Florida a few weeks ago. And she was just unreal, so herself on stage. And she just looked like she was having the time of her life, and her music is so cool, and that's what I want. Like that's what I strive for, just to be like enjoying myself and for people to like know that I'm enjoying myself so then they enjoy themselves. So she's someone that I really definitely look up to.
Mm. Now, for everyone that should follow your music on the socials and on their favorite streaming services, how can I go about it?
So I am on all streaming platforms, Scarlett G. You'll find me anywhere you search. And then on Instagram, I'm mostly active. It's Scarlett G Music. And then same on TikTok, Scarlett G Music as well.
Now, I notice you're on just on 5.5 followers. Is it basically mainly in Australia, or you have got some overseas as well?
Bit of a mix. It's a bit of a mix, but it's growing slow and steady, which is awesome. And yeah, it's cool to see the numbers going up all the time. And then once I'm back in the States later this year as well, it will be cool to yeah, get those numbers up more and see more people and connect with them, which is awesome.
Now, how important has your family been throughout this journey?
Oh, I can't even express how important they've been. My mum has been she's been in every single meeting with me. She has like helped me in everything. She comes across the world with me when I go to America. Like, just like I'm insanely lucky to have such a supportive family. My dad and my brother as well, just so supportive. They're always at my gigs. They just love to watch me do what I love, which is unreal. And it's like, yeah, I don't even know how to put into words how grateful I am that they've just been so supportive and following me along my music journey and just helping me out, which is awesome.
Now, we'll finish with a couple of light-hearted questions as well. Do you have any embarrassing moments on stage?
Well, I opened for an artist called Tones and I. She's a huge artist. I'm sure you know who she is.
No.
And she came out my area way, so out in regional New South Wales, and she performed at a festival called Somersaults, as the headliner. And I opened the festival, and it was my first time on like a big festival stage. That was earlier this year, and my faces were like up on the big screen behind me. So I was like walking around the stage and talking to everyone and singing blah blah blah. And I looked behind me and I saw my face, and I literally went, "Oh my God," into the microphone, and like everyone was like laughing. I was like, "Are you guys seeing that my face is up here?" It was so cool. It was such a surreal moment. I was blown away that I was literally on the big screen. It was really, really cool.
Now, you mentioned that you were one of the opening acts for Tones and I.
Yeah.
Everyone knows pretty well. I'm sure, did you get to have a chance to chat with Tones and I
Oh
and
yeah,
get
she's
a photo with her?
unreal. Yeah, she's beautiful. She's such a lovely lady, super down to earth, like really just so lovely. I opened for her twice, so she was in my hometown, and did a regional acoustic set here. And like everyone was like going crazy over her. There were so many people there. And they wanted a local artist to open. So I opened, and then the next day they asked me to come to Young and do yeah, do the festival there. So that was really cool. And yeah, she's beautiful,
Did
which
she
was
give
cool.
you advice?
Um, we only spoke for a short minute, but she said to me that she would love to do it again, and that was really cool. And that, yeah, so hopefully I'll see and perform with her again, which will be awesome.
Now, do you have you sung the national anthem anywhere?
I have locally, yeah. I've done it a few times. When I was like 12, maybe, I did the anthem and everything for the Anzac Day service in my town, and I've done it for like different sporting, like a few sporting events as well, which is really fun.
How nerve-wracking is that?
Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking. It was scary when I was younger, when I was 12, doing that because in front of my town there was probably there would have been thousands and thousands of people there. So it was a little scary. Um, but it's also like when you're singing the national anthem, everyone's singing with you, which is good because you like it takes the edge off a little bit because it's not just like silent. Um, so that was cool. It was super cool.
Do you have a pre-performance superstition, ritual, or routine?
When I do musical theater, I like to do, I don't know if it's like a known thing, but it's this weird thing. You like shake your hands 8 times and then
Yeah.
you do your feet and then you go like
Yes.
7, 6, 5, 4 and you go down until you get like 1, 1 and essentially like jumping. I like to do that. And then I also like to, before I go on stage, I'll do that and then I do this thing where I'll kiss my hand and then I'll kiss the ground with my hand. So I like to do that.
Now, we'll finish with these last two. Um,
Mhm.
I always ask this question to all the music artists I have on my show, which is, have you ever forgotten to a lyric to a song, and how have you tried to cover it up?
Yes. Oh my God. So when I opened for Tones and I in Orange, which is my town, it was oh my God, it was so funny.
That's right.
So we did this one of my songs. We actually my guitarist, he's amazing, but we started it in the wrong key. And there was no going back. There was no going back. We were locked in. So we're like, I'm like, oh my God. And it was like so different. I essentially sung like a whole different version of my own song to this new key. It was crazy. So that was something. And yeah, look, I forgot lyrics all the times. But the cool thing is like when you forget a lyric to like songs that are well known, you can sort of just like point the microphone at the people and then they'll sing it for you, which is good.
Lastly, and I've already asked this question before, which I'm going to get you to answer it again, which is for everyone that should follow you on the socials and on their face streaming services, especially to listen to Texas Lights. How can I go about it?
Go find me on all streaming platforms. I'm everywhere on there. And then my socials are Scarlett G Music. I'm most active on Instagram and then TikTok as well.
Well, Scarlett, it is so awesome having you on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Obviously, I'll get to have a listen to your song Texas Lights later tonight on my drive back to
Yay.
the studio, and I can't wait to hopefully get to see you hopefully down here in Melbourne.
Yeah, for sure. I'll make a way down, definitely.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining us, and can't wait to listen to your song Texas Lights on the way.
Thanks so much for having me.
No worries, and that's Scarlett G there joining us. Of course, as we mentioned, Texas Lights is on right now. Of course, make sure to check it out on your favorite music streaming services. There's more on the Smash Evening Show right after this. Don't go away. Here on the 15th year celebration.
Hi, I'm Scarlett G, and you're listening to Smash FM. My new song, Texas Lights, is out now. Make sure you go have a listen and follow me on socials, which is Scarlett G Music.